Good morning, everybody. This is I am Brent and Julie doing the taping. We are trying to make up or fix or bring you up to date from where we started last week. We had technical difficulties, and Julie's worked on them all week, and we think we've got them worked out and fixed. So, what I'm going to do is I've got this. Gelding here. He's a gentleman send roses out of a daughter of Rugged Lark. He'll be my sister-in-law's show horse this year. He's a little green. We're still working on some consistency and some things, and thought that he would be a good horse to kind of demonstrate how I prepare my pleasure horses and some of the exercises I do and why I do them. So we're going to follow along. I'm going to try to speak as I'm writing, and we'll just kind of go from there. I hope you guys learned something out of it. As always, just send Julie a message if you have questions, and we'll try to answer them as we can. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. What you're going to see behind me here are 5 cones, and we call it a little clover leaf. And horses learn by repetition. They're smart creatures. They figure things out, but they learn by doing the same thing over and over. So a friend of mine about a year ago, I've always done something like this, but he brought me this. Mr. Troy Oakley brought this to me, and his mentor years ago started him on this, and it had worked for him for years, and I've been doing it for almost a year now, and it's by far the best program I've ever seen, or best training method to get my horses consistent and calm and prepared to do their job. What I like about it is when we ride in just an open arena, we just ride around. This little program and exercise makes you stay focused and breaks everything down in small pieces. The goal of a good pleasure horse is to make every step the same, have them be very quiet and consistent. I am absolutely convinced that I can beat you with a consistent ride more than a great-legged horse. Great-legged horses kind of live on the edge sometimes, and if I have the same picture for the judge every time he looks at me, that is a pleasure to ride, and that's what a pleasure horse is supposed to be, a pleasure to ride. It's not to be complicated. It's not to be difficult. It doesn't. You don't want it to look like a problem or hard to get done. You want to just be able to sit there and let that horse go around. So with all that, now I am going to get started. We're going to just turn around here, and we're going to walk. I call this is, like I said, a 4-leaf clover. When I complete all 4 leaves of it, I call that 1 rep. And when I start out, I just got on this horse. We've walked about 3 minutes around the arena, but we're going to just walk 1 rep, and then we trot, and then we lope. So that gives you an idea of what to kind of look for. And you want to do it at your show pace. You don't want to hurry them or anything. You're going to go from 1 cone to the outside of the center cone and just go to the next cone over this way. He's got his head up and down. I want him to be a little steadier. I'm not going to pull and jerk on him. Soft hands and consistent. I don't want to scare him. I don't want to put him in trouble. I want him to learn that this is what I want him to do. And just in a very short time, you're starting to see him get settled in. This is where the horsemanship comes in. I'm turning my head. I'm not having to use my hands a lot. He's following my eyes to make that circle. You always want to do that in your patterns, even in pleasure. You want to look where you're going. Going down the rail, you come out of one corner to look at the next one. You don't want to ride with your head down, ride in their face. You want to sit up and look around where you're going. Note how quiet and relaxed this horse is getting. You know, his first 10 steps were a little brisk. He said, okay, I understand what this is. He's been with me for about a month. This is obviously not the first time he's done this. This is almost my daily routine right now for my most seasoned horse to my green horses. And it just really has really helped. You know, you've got a short distance that you're focusing on. There he was looking to the outside. He was turning his shoulder. I gently bring his head back in, make a little funnel, pull my head reins up through that, make him stay there. This is the third leaf. If you can figure it out, I don't mind telling you, it'll take you a little bit of time to do this. Took me an hour not to get lost in this little pattern. So here we are starting our second leaf. So I've completed one rep. I just ended up where I started. Now, because I do want him a little bit more consistent, not quite as looky, I want him a little bit more focused. We're going to change directions and do one the other way. Go to the left this time. Around the outside of the center cone. Now he's really starting to pay attention. His ears are focused on me. You know, he's not looking around. What am I going to do next? We're going up here to this cone. Soft with my legs, soft with my hands. Now, I believe if you work hard and study your horses, they'll talk to you. He's saying, "Okay, Dad, I'm ready to do something. This is now becoming boring. Let's go to work." And that's where I want to get. You know, I want him to do his job. I want him to have a desire to do his job, and he's telling me, "All right, let's go." So I'm not going to finish the second rep. I'm going to come around here and I'm going to start jogging and do the same thing. And he carries that same frame, you know, as he was walking, but jogging. Very level neck, you know, looking where he's going, not requiring much. There he leaked out. I just kind of gently correct him. You know, and granted, he's broke, but he's not completely trained. He is, believe it or not, very green. A very nice 2-beat trot. He's a big horse. He can't trot real slow, but this is pretty slow for his size and length of stride. This is a good gait for Western pleasure. And see how he's just still settled in. Okay, I've been through this. We're just doing it at a trot instead. This is helping you with your curves and circles, turns in your horsemanship. This is a general all-purpose exercise that helps you at whatever event you're going to do. Helps with your steering. You know, whoops, he broke. Kind of gathering back up, push through my calves and legs. I don't have my spur on him yet, just thigh and calf. I want a little bit more bridle out of him. He's a little bit more intimidated, a little bit more vertical, a little bit more intense. There. This is what I strive for. I encourage you to strive for. Make every stride the same. And if they're not doing it, correct it. But don't kill them for it. Too many horses are intimidated in this world today that show. Make it look natural. Take the time to study your horse, encourage them to do their job. Yeah. If you're dizzy or bored and want to go the other direction, whether he is or not, it's okay. Just go do the other direction. I just cut through the center, and we're going to go to the right again. Thing I will tell you is don't go ride your horse when you only have 20 minutes to do it. You want to take time. It takes an hour or so to get your horse ready, warmed up, rode, calmed down a little bit, cooled off, and put away. It takes an hour to an hour and a half. And if you can't focus 100% on that, if you're worried, if you're on time and say, I've only got 20 minutes to go before I got to go to dinner, I'll go ride real quick. That is almost non-productive time, especially on a green horse, young horse, sometimes even an old horse. You want to take and do this when you have time to focus on it, because they're not machines. They won't do it on your time schedule. You got to find time. He doesn't think I'm paying attention, so he wants to be a little lazy because I'm talking too much. There. That is a very nice presentation for this horse. Now, for those of you that want to show on a full drape, he's locked in. Let's just test him and see what we can do with a looser rein. Okay, he's kind of settled in. He's lifted his head a little bit. He's got a lot more freedom. So I'm just going to check him back a little bit, remind him, I'm not going to pick at him. I'm going to just be real steady, hold him where I want him. There, I've got him back to where I want him, and you slowly let your hands down. You don't pick up fast, and you don't drop them fast. See how he got a little excited when I did that? That's what horses do, and I can almost tell you every horse will do the same thing. Easy, bud. Pet them. Let them know they're doing their job. Love your horse. They love attention. In one of my philosophies, I think I just got lost. One of my philosophies in life is simple. You just treat people like you want to be treated. That is all it is. Horses are the same way. You be nice to your horse, it's going to be nice to you. You want it to do well, he wants to do well for you. And it just works. You got to build that bond with your horse. And if you're quick and snappy and flighty around your horse, you're never going to get him to be like this. And so many people think that all the high-end horses, quote unquote, whatever they are, there's some sort of magic. Some people think they're drugged. For the most part, I do not think they are. The trainer has taken the time to create that bond that creates an environment that horse wants to do his job. And that's what we try to do here with our clients and our horses. Yeah, we just do the same thing over and over till it becomes as routine as breathing. Don't know what that was. So now we're going to just move on. We're going to lope him off. I'll get over here where I think the camera's in a better spot. Now the up transition to the lope is very important. So I'm going to set him up. I'm going to hold him. I want to make sure he does it as correct as I know how. And because I've communicated to him, I've checked. His ears are back. He's anticipating a change. Something is going to happen. I'm going to ask him to do something. So he is thinking, what are we going to do? So I'm going to close both legs, my side leg in particular, supporting. I push on my outside rein, outside leg, and ask him to lope off. Very consistent. I do the same thing every time. You want to make a bigger loop at the lope. You don't want it to be really tight, so you don't make him break like that. He's bobbing his head a little bit. I pump with my inside rein. Now, I'm not totally unhappy with him, but I'm not happy. So I'm going to split my reins. I lift my inside. I want that inside shoulder to stay up. This outside rein is as critical as the inside rein. I want to keep those shoulders straight, perpendicular to the ground, parallel to the wall. There. See now how he's dropped? And while we're training, it's okay to do this. You know, then you're going to, at some point in time after you've done this a week or two, this isn't going to happen in 20 minutes like this video. He's doing better. So I go back and I test him. How are you doing, bud? You get it figured out? Yeah, there. Now I say this is a good prep for horsemanship too. Whoa. I stopped at the cone. The shoulder's even with the cone. I'm going to turn him around. Little pivot. Let him walk forward out of it. Lope off. He's got to lope from a stop for the horsemanship. So then you can do that. See how every stride's becoming the same. He's just doing a routine. It's making him stay focused on a short distance because he knows he's got to turn. Look around where you're going. You want to trot at the cone? Trot. Whoops. Pilot air. We'll have to do that again. Change directions. Want to practice my circles now. I'm intensifying my exercise a little bit. I'm asking for a little bit more. Support the support the inside. Check with the outside. Make him follow his eye and his shoulders around this circle. We're going to go straight. Ask him to lope at the cone. And then I'll go back to my clover leaf. I don't know if it comes through where you can see it, but he's a lot more attentive. That 32 minutes there that I did the circles and pulled on him a little bit, he's a lot more in tune and paying attention to what I want. Trot. Yeah. You can do this. If you do the all around, you want to practice your extended trot. Horsemanship. Horsemanship's a contact sport. This one wants to lope off, so I'm going to just keep asking him to trot a little bigger, a little bigger. Sharp turn that time. Want to change directions. We just circle around. Go back to the clover leaf. Don't be afraid to use two hands if you're a seater, even if you're not. If you want that look right there, you want more trot. And I'm too open about back to toes. But it's if you can sit and push through your hips, your thighs and calves, you'll get that big step. And you can do the same clover leaf as this. It really keeps their shoulders, helps strengthen their back, keeps them in frame all the time. They never have a chance to really drop or get lazy. They're always doing something. Want to compete in the versatility, and you've got 3 minutes to make him a Western pleasure horse. You just go from the long trot to a jog. I just asked him easy with my hands and my legs. And this is what we have. I think that's going to be all I'm going to share with you today. I hope you've learned something out of it. I hope you try it. Try it for 30 days. And if your horse isn't better, let me know, or just go back and try it another 30 days. I promise it will work for every horse and every level of rider. It just helps you stay focused. It helps the horse stay focused. It teaches them rhythm and self-carriage, and you'll have a better show horse when you're done. Thanks for tuning in.